Good morning, Wednesday the 15th of June, and this is another back garden walk round. And everything bursting with life and colour. Sunflowers doing okay. Spuds going daft. Just bursting. I water them every other day. I just drink copious amounts of water. Orange lilies about to flower, poppies flowering, but we have had tremendous wind, continuous wind over the last couple of weeks with sunshine, would you believe? And once a poppy head flowers, the wind just took the petals off, which is a bit disappointing, but there's plenty more to come. So if the wind dies down and stays low as it is this morning, there's the potatoes flowering. I think this is borage. Look at the wee flowers on this thing here, and there are bees about the place, but not as many as maybe I had hoped. I don't know, maybe I'm being stupid. There's a few poppies out there. And these are all, well, most of them are wildflowers. A few daisies and stuff. Well, I suppose you could call them wildflowers. Cornflowers, poppies, daisies, borage, Californian poppies. They're all in the mix. Don't know what these wee boyos are, the wee purple ones. Well, dark blue. And weeds growing up in between. Funny enough, you see the yellow flower there, and it's not rapeseed, I don't think. I threw the seed out from the same packet, and the yellow flower there has grown here, but over on the other side there's very, very few of them. I don't know. These are nice here, quite delicate. There's a buddleia growing in the middle of it. And there's a hydrangea growing in the middle of it. And look what has happened to my sunflowers that I planted here. Look, they're being eaten to bits. And I put, you know, it's not the slugs or the snails doing this. I don't know what it is, but I don't see any evidence of them still being around. Well, this is maybe the evidence, I don't know. Look at that, decimated, the leaves, and once the leaves go, the flower dies, which is disappointing, but that's the way it goes. And this is my honeysuckle, and there's a beech tree in a pot. This is this wee plant here. This has done remarkably well. This Exordia, wee spider was crawling over me, and then there's jasmine in here, which I forgot about. Virginia creeper, which will turn nice red. Had to help it along there, jump from one to the other. Trellis, need to hook that in some way. I'll do that later on. So here's my spuds again, and the nasturtium's doing really well, and more poppies to plant out, more spuds. And don't be thinking that you can't do this. It's simple, you know. I think it was a £20 box of mixed wildflower seeds, and you just throw them on bare soil and cover them over, because the wood pigeons will eat them all on you. And you can even do this if you've got large pots. They'll still grow. So I love these. These are beautiful. And these poppies. Not as many bumblebees, and there's very few honeybees. There's a couple. I think those are honeybees. And then the wee alcove here. Wee marigolds and anthuriums. Don't know what this is. And the pansies have gone daft, and there's a poppy growing in the middle of them. And here's one for Chris. Look, there's the leaves you give me, and there's wee babies. Is that Horta? Not too sure. Or is it African violets? I get them mixed up. Stupid me. Right, round to the front. Pansies, oxalis, anthurium, stuck in that lupin there a couple of weeks ago. Orange lily, So it's snowing somewhere, not too sure. That's a weed, but I'll let it grow. I think you do get flowers off it. At least I'm hopeful. A nice big bee there. It's quite yellow. I watered these all last night. Gladioli still to come. And this one isn't flowering. And this one is. Why is that? Don't know. No idea. And this is my wee border. Plenty of nasturtiums. This is one of the poppies that I shifted, and it's struggling, but I think it might flower here. This big weed there growing out, but I think it, as I said, it should flower. That's the azalea past it. That's the clematis past it as well. No flowers left on it. Doesn't last too long. Another big bee on the antirrhinum. And the apple tree. A few wee apples coming along, if my granddaughter doesn't pull them off. And plenty of what do you call these? I know them as well. There in the lawn. I don't care. Oh, wee butterfly. Boy, didn't stay long. Butterflies are so skitterish. Didn't even get to see what he was. Californian poppies going daft. Mountain ash or ran, replanted, it's gaining height, and these are ready to flower. Big sort of daisy things. A couple of sunflowers in the middle of that. Foxgloves flowering. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit in the field beside us. Or maybe it's mother and daughter. And there's one or two more on up there. And the clematis is trying to get over the top, which I wanted to do. So I'm going to get a ladder and hook it in so it doesn't break off. These are the clematis that, or this is the clematis that I bought and potted recently. There's a hole in each of those containers. Clematis is all done, but we're hopeful that this new boil will actually flower. Big lorries going up to the quarry, the old quarry, to fill it in. I don't know. Haven't been up to see it. And some more wildflowers I put out here. And most of them haven't really flowered. They're a bit weak actually, but I tried. So That's the garden update for the time being. Oh, it's a beautiful morning, it really is. It's really cheery to see these colours. Okie doke. So, garden walk round, and just want to show you the cows. The cows are back in town. And there's been a cut of grass taken off this field, and now it's put aside for grazing.